She's hiding.
So I'm going to mute everyone and we're going to get started and just go at your own pace and have fun. All right?
Thanks, Carrie.
Okay, we'll see you at the end. I'll unmute everybody and you can say goodbye to or talk to any friends. And anytime you want to chat, just type in that chat and then everyone will get it later. All right?
Emma's trying to get a hold of you.
Yes, what Emma?
Lisa Christabel is her birthday too, so happy birthday, Lisa.
Oh yeah! Happy birthday! Lots of birthdays. Awesome. Thanks for shouting that out, Emma. All right, we will talk to you all shortly, but I'm going to mute you all and feel free to click chat. All right, so let's simply start out in a mountain pose in yoga that is just standing with our feet grounded on our mats and about hip bone width apart. If you like your feet totally together, you can do that as well. So either totally together or about hip bone width apart. So whatever you like, and then just roll the shoulders down and back and open. And then you stay facing forward. I'm going to turn sideways. Let's think about lengthening through our tailbone. I know sometimes if our abs are weak, we tend to just let our back sway a little bit. Let's think of kind of, I don't want to say tuck under, but lengthening and then bringing our shoulders down and back. So it's like a little bit of a contraction between the shoulder blades and then some opening. And then just close your eyes and breathe for a moment. I'm going to adjust my video just a little bit. So taking a deep breath in through the nose and then see if you can exhale through the nose. We practiced that last time. That's called dragon breath. And close off the back of your throat slightly so you make a noise. It also sounds a little Darth Vader-ish for any Star Wars fans. So making that louder exhalation. And just notice any sensations in your body. Something a little tight, or you holding on. See if you can just kind of let go for the moment. And then we're going to take a deep breath. And just reach our arms all the way up and exhale everything away. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Try that again. Deep breath. Look up if that's okay for your neck. Exhale everything away. And we're going to step our feet wide and turn our toes out and sink our hips low. And we did this one last week as well, called falling leap. It's a great way just to warm the body. So we take our hands together and picture a leaf just floating, coming all the way down to the ground, and then we inhale up again. So just nice side to side movements, keeping our knees happy. So hips come as low as you feel comfortable. It could look something like this, or maybe your back's talking back to you. Maybe you don't want to go to the ground. So whatever works for you today. So just nice side to side movement. Trying to warm up through the legs. Breathing deeply in and out. Just rolling those shoulders down and back. Still having great posture even when we're down towards the ground. Nice, strong, engaged core. And let's try one more. Deep breath all the way up. And exhale all the way down. And then coming back to center, we're just going to breathe in. And exhale down in a big shoulder roll. And we're going to start out just with a basic sun salutation. So we're going to come to the top of our mat facing sideways. And we can connect our toes. We're going to take a deep breath up. And we're going to exhale into forward fold. Let's bend our knees and be aware of our posture here as well. Just let your head hang for a moment, catching some nice deep breaths. Just in and out through the nose. Nice deep breath in. And then let's bring our hands to our shins. And we get a long spine here. And then come back into forward fold. Taking a big step back with our right leg in a lunge. Lifting our chest. So check your posture here as well. So is your spine nice and long? And then we're going to push back to down dog. So in down dog, our feet are about hip bone width. Hands are a little wider than our shoulders and our heels pressed towards the ground. Inhaling, coming to plank. This is high plank, where your hips are almost even with your shoulders, or kneeling plank. Either works. Just make sure the back isn't swinging here. And then when we lower down, elbows brush by ribs, and then either just a baby cobra, or we can go to a full up dog with the knees off the ground or down, and then tops of the feet are flat. Rolling the toes over, lifting the tail, down dog, bending the knees, and then a big step forward with that right leg. And if it only comes partially through, just grab the ankle, bring it to the top. This time we're gonna spiral up, hugging the knee in, exhaling the hand down, lifting the chest once again, stepping into forward fold, bending the knees a lot, inhaling all the way up. And let's come right down. So we'll go through it a little bit faster this time, taking a breath in that tabletop position. That's great. And forward fold. Big step back with the left leg, long lunge, lift the chest. Feel that nice stretch through the back hip, push back down dog. Making sure our index fingers are pointing straight ahead and our fingers are spread really wide as we come forward, choosing either that high plank or the low. Coming down, you can come all the way to the mat, reset, and then push up to up dog. And if your shoulders are hunching, see if you can pull them down. Roll over those toes, down dog. Bend the knees, big step forward with the left foot, making sure the knee and ankle are in a straight line. Left hand reaches up, left hand lowers down. Lift the heart, use the core, step into forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up. If you want just a gentle little back bend, go ahead and take that. And once again, come down. We'll do it one more time on each side. Nice long spines, draw the belly in, shoulders down, forward fold. Big step back with that right leg, making sure the knee and ankle are in a straight line. Pushing back to down dog. Heels pressing towards the ground. Feel that great stretch in your calves. Inhaling to plank again, high plank. Kneeling plank, doesn't matter, both are awesome. Come down. Baby cobra or that full up dog, whichever you choose. Roll over those toes, down dog. Right foot lunges forward. Remember the option, pull it in. Right arm reaches up, hugging that knee right towards your chest. And bring it down, lifting the heart, stepping in, forward fold. Bending the knees, coming up. Lots of deep breaths in. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back extension. Nice tabletop and a forward fold. Left leg comes back long and strong. Lift the chest, stretch that hip. Down dog. Inhaling to plank. You're doing great. Shift forward. Come down. Hug those elbows right by your rib cage. Up dog. And roll those toes for down dog. Press the heels down, left leg, lunge it forward. Reach the left arm up and open, lower the left arm down. Lift the chest, step in, connect those feet. And this time, let's roll up slowly. And take a deep breath all the way up. And exhale all the way down. Good work, good work, good work. We're gonna step wide. And let's turn these toes out. We're gonna work into some warrior poses today. Back foot is either straight ahead or slightly turned in. You don't wanna have the back foot in the other direction. We wanna take our knee with us. And then this knee comes closer to the baby toe. Now it doesn't have to be low, it could be here. Let's go to warrior two. Or it could be here. So ask your knee, ignore your thighs a little bit, your quads will lie. If you can come down and feel a little more heat, that helps us build some strength. In that leg, just remember to pull the knee open and be strong through the core. We're gonna inhale up and we're gonna exhale down. And again, push up, inhale and exhale. One more time, just like that, breathing in and breathing out. And then we're gonna take that back arm down And we're gonna reach it up and follow it with our eye gaze around. Let's do that again. Inhale up and look around. If that bothers you, you can just keep looking forward. And one more time. And settling down a little deeper in warrior two. And let's reach long and bring the arm down and reach up and over an extended angle. So again, you could be here, maybe you want to be here, maybe the hand comes to the floor, or you could do a bind where you reach behind. So any of those options are great. Take it where you want to be today. Listen to your body and breathe. Shoulders are down and away. If your arm is on your thigh, check in, is it nice and light? Excellent. We're going to lower the arm down and we're going to pivot in a lunge. So just pivot right around in the lunge. And then we're going to gently bring the knee to the ground, flatten the foot, and inhale up. Exhale, crescent lunge. So this is a kneeling crescent lunge where we're lengthening our tailbone, we're reaching back. And then we're going to gently bring the arms to the ground and straighten the leg, pushing the toes down. And then come forward again. Inhale up. Exhale. Straighten the leg a bit. How's your posture when you tip forward? So option, we're going to do that 2 more times through. You can stay kneeling or you can come up on your toes. Inhale. Exhale, sweep those arms. Lift up. Sink down and just hold. If you're kneeling, you can straighten the leg. If you're not kneeling, can you go a little lower? And then reach around again. Inhale up, straighten the leg just a little. Exhale, bend, reach back. Let the arms come around. If you're kneeling, go ahead and straighten that leg. If you're up, you want to get a little more heat. Sink down, back leg can be straight or bent. And float those arms one more time. Breathe in and breathe out, a little bitty back bend. If you're kneeling or if you're standing, just bring your hands back down to the ground. All of us on our knees and push back into child's pose. Just let those quadriceps stretch out. Hips can stay high or halfway or down to your heels. So just breathe here. Good work, everyone. Gently coming up, curling those toes under, walking the feet and the hands together, and then coming all the way up, taking a deep breath in, and then exhaling down. Excellent. Let's do that little sequence on the other side. So turning the toes out, again, sliding that heel back slightly, or the toes can point straight ahead. And if our bottoms or our hips are a little tight, we tend to roll in. So let's try to keep that knee a little closer to the baby toe. Arms are nice and long. Even our chins drop in and back. Lengthening through the tailbone, sinking into that warrior two. Palms come up. Let's inhale. And then exhale. Watch that knee tracking on that front knee when we come down. So think of pushing the knee out towards the side rather than letting it draw in. Breathe in and breathe out. Toes are relaxed, arches are lifted. That just means you're aware of your feet. 2 more times. And exhale. Keep powering through that back leg. And exhale down. This is where that arm comes down, sweeps around. We can look up if we like. And follow it with our eye gaze. That calms the nervous system. Breathing in and breathing out. So do you still have that slight contraction between your shoulder blades? We want to keep that to keep the back muscles engaged. Spine is long and lengthened. And one more time with that arm all the way around. Keep drawing the knee closer to the baby toe. That looks great. Bring it back. Long and strong reach for that extended angle. Remember all the options. Here, you can reach around to the bind. This is great too if you're new to yoga. Just a slight bend in that knee. Rolling the shoulder open. I like to spread my fingers apart. That helps to activate the muscles in the shoulder and the upper back. So wherever you want to be today, take it there. Roll that arm back. See if you can look up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And bring the hand down. Pivot on that back foot. And this is where we come to kneeling. Just relax that foot to start coming up. We'll feel that nice stretch in the hip. Again, ankle and knee in a straight line. And that nice crescent lunge. Shoulders are down. Spread the fingers. Sweep those arms around. And then straighten the leg if you like. If that doesn't feel good, no need to do that today. And then we come forward, inhale up. Sweeping the arms around. Straightening that leg if you like. Coming forward again, inhaling up. Spread the fingers. Exhale around. And straighten that leg. So here's that option. You want to stay and do 3 more? That's awesome. Otherwise, if you want, come up on those back toes. Inhale, make sure the foot is turned in, hip is in, so we're not here. We have the hip square. Reach back. Circle those arms around. Inhale up. You can straighten the leg if you like, or just sink down a little deeper. Reach back. I found my shoulders hunching up. If yours were doing that, try to bring them down. Breathe, breathe, breathe here. Sweep around. If you're on the ground, you can straighten that leg. If you're up, hold it. And one more time. It's a great way to just really open up the heart, the front of the body, the hips. Sink and hold. And this time, bring it all the way up and back center. Well done, well done, well done. We are going to work on triangle and reverse triangle. So one of my favorite poses. Feet slightly narrower than the wide warrior, just slightly. Back toes turn in. And again, if we do a line, it would be heel to instep. So nice and long and tall, shoulders are down, arms reach out. And we reach, 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 keeping our hips right where they are, going as far as we can, and then drop down into triangle and up and open. So like you're in between 2 narrow panes of glass here, keeping that chin in. It's like you've got an apple between your chin and chest. You can look up, straight, or down, but try to not let the head just hang. So really long and strong. This is great. Great for the core strength and stability. You probably feel a little hamstring stretch. Wonderful pose. Opening up. See if you can reach the arm back just a little more. See how that feels. Keep lengthening through the spine. And we're going to float the arm down. And we're going to turn towards the leg. This is where it's kind of a little tricky when you're watching a video. That back leg is going to step in, and we're going to square the hips just a little bit. And we're going to come down and rest in pyramid. You all stay right where you are. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to look away from the video. So I'm going to look back towards the hallway here, and you're going to look away from me. This is called a revolved triangle. So we're twisting away. Turn the palm facing the back of the room. with your thumb still pointing towards your head. And just breathe. So it's excellent for the internal organs. See if you can get 2 or 3 more breaths. Take it just a little deeper. Or if you need less, just come up a little higher on the shin. Or hand could be on the floor. And when you're done, come down, bring it back to center, bend that knee, come back up. How'd you do? That's a good one. If you wake up and you feel your obliques tomorrow, that's why. It's amazing what that can do. So again, not super wide with the feet. The back toes are in. You want to bring that knee in alignment. Toes turn straight out. So let's get nice and tall here. Shoulders are down. And we reach, and we reach, and we reach. Then we tip. So we didn't come forward just to get to the floor, right? You're staying in between those narrow panes of glass. So if you were up against a wall, your head would hit the wall, as would your shoulders, your hand, your hips, and your feet. So see if we can get more space between the vertebrae, more length. Lifting up tall and just breathing. Notice if one side maybe is a little tighter than the other. It's good to revisit that. And then can we take our hands back just a little more? You can always say no. It's just a question, just an option. Everything's optional. And gently float that hand down. Oh, I hope that felt good to you too. Take that back foot and step in just a little and turn the toes straight on. Pyramid pose here. So hands could be on the shin, hands could be on the floor, and if you want to let your head hang, go ahead and let your head hang here. Just breathe, feel that hamstring stretch. And then we're going to revolve that triangle. So this is where I'm going to look away from you and you're going to look away from me. I like to start out with my hand on my shin if I don't have a yoga block. So hand on the shin, or you could even do a hand on the thigh and revolve the opposite way. So you're turning away from me, I'm turning away from you. And just breathe. Roll the shoulder open. So your thumb is towards your head and your fingers and palms are open towards the back of the room. See if you can get 2 more breaths. And when you're done, bring it down and come all the way up. And back to center, either walk or hop in. We're going to take a deep breath up and a gentle little back extension. And then we're going to exhale down. Let's go ahead and grab our towel. We're going to use the towel a couple times. If you don't have a towel, no worries. You can just clasp your hands. We're going to take our hands behind us, but we're going to take our thumbs so they point out. We're going to roll the shoulders down and back. I'm gripping my towel just a few inches apart. Depending on how your shoulders feel, you might want to grip it less. And then we're going to tuck the tail just a little bit as we come down into a modified chair pose. We're not going to come too low. We're going to keep our back straight. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my back is straight. I'm not lifting my tailbone. I'm lengthening and then lifting through the arms. Just a nice expansion through the shoulders. And just breathe. See if the shoulders can come down a little more and the arms can lift a little further. Still building some heat in the legs. So if you want to come a little lower and work a little deeper into those leg muscles, go ahead and do that. And then gently release and bring it back up. Before we let go of the towel, we're going to step wide and turn the toes out. And we're going to sink down like we did for the warm-up. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to pull the arms up and away here, expanding through the front of the chest and the shoulders. We get so tight here, especially when we work on a computer or we're forward a lot. So think of just opening up, pushing the knees out to the sides, sinking the hips. Excellent. Release the towel down. Hands come down. Turn the toes straight ahead and just rest in forward fold. Good work. Keep that towel close. We'll use it a little bit later. So just use that dragon breath here, breathing in and out. Excellent. Bring it up. Walk or hop those feet in. Very well done. We're going to do eagle pose. I don't think we did this last time. We're going to stand on this leg here, and the other leg's going to cross. Now for eagle, we could be right here, or we could cross it a little higher. We could wrap behind if we like, but we want to keep the hips square to the front. And since this leg is on top, this arm is going to come underneath. So we're going to wrap our hands either like this, or if you want to bring your hands into a prayer position, that works too. Toe could be on the mat. And we're simply going to lift our elbows up to about shoulder height. Feel that stretch now across the back. That should feel good after we stretch the front. Well done. Bring it up. And now take the foot on the thigh, or you can keep it on the shin. And we're going to sit down just briefly with the hands in prayer. So pushing the palms together. Feel what that does to your shoulder blades when you push those palms together hard. Flex the foot and push the knee away. Nice little hip opener. And bring it up. Excellent. Let's try it on the other side. So nice and tall, eagle pose to start. Remember all the options. You can have it partially over the leg, all the way over the leg, wrap behind the leg, or toes down. Hips are square. We don't want to tilt them to the side. Tailbone tucks. I hope you're smiling. This arm comes under, this arm comes over. Now, if it's hard for you to take your hands like this, don't worry about it. Hands can come back to back or here. Okay? All of those options. Elbows come up. You'll feel a little deeper stretch when you do that, but can you roll your shoulders back and down at the same time? Find your breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Well done. Come up with that same leg. If you need to step down, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, can you bring that up on the thigh? Opening through the hip. And once again, pressing strong through the hands in that prayer position. So still working some strength by bending the knee. Chest is upright. So our chest only comes as low as our hips bring it. We're not bending forward necessarily. Push with those hands, breathe. Excellent, bring it all the way up. Good work. All right, one more balance posture. Last time we did a dancer pose. Today we're going to do a basic quadricep stretch. Now, if it doesn't work for you to grab a hold of your ankle and bring it behind, you can just step your foot back, tuck, and sink. Or just have it back and lift a little bit. So those are both great options. Otherwise, if you can grab your ankle, go ahead and do that and bring your knees close together. Other arm reaches up and open. Now, keeping the knee right where it's at, can we reach around behind and grab the foot with both hands? Now, if that doesn't work for you today, no worries. And can we lengthen through the tailbone? So this is a more focused quad stretch. Keeping the knees close, breathing, breathing, breathing. Think of pushing your knee down towards the ground. Again, opening through the chest. And then we're going to take the leg and lift it out to the side. Pull it back behind. It's referred to as flower pose sometimes. And release. Alrighty, that should feel good for the hip. So shifting weight, shifting sides. Again, if you can't grab a hold or it doesn't feel good, you can just be here and lift, or if you want more of the stretch here. But if you can grab a hold, go ahead and grab your foot or your ankle, but bring those knees close together. Get the lift, get the contraction, and think of pushing your foot into your hand a bit. Think of pushing down. And if you like, and it works for the other hand to grab the foot, go ahead and do that. So both hands are on the foot, but we're not bringing the ankle across the body, keeping it right behind the same hip. And just breathe. Finding a focal point. If your leg is behind you, you can experience different movements, maybe lift it off the ground a bit. And then, if you like, take that leg out to the side, pull it back slightly, arm can be out to the side too, holding the foot or not. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Excellent, and bring it down. Good work. All right, one more sequence with some twists before we do the rest of the work on our mats down on the ground. So we're gonna have our feet together. We're gonna inhale up, and we're gonna exhale back to that chair pose. So in chair pose, our knees are hugging in. We've got a tailbone lengthening in the back, not a tipped tailbone, but nice, long, strong spine, sinking low, spreading the fingers apart. And then we're going to do this little pump. I think we did this the first day, just this little heel pump. So we're going to start out with that. So just up and down. So all I'm doing is lifting one foot off the ground, setting it back down. And again, when you go lower, you're activating the muscles in the legs a little more. When you come up, you're focused more on that stretch through the foot. So do what works best for you. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's try one more each foot. And then coming down, hands to heart center. And then we're going to come a little bit deeper. And we're going to take a twist by bringing our elbow down this time. So a nice low twist. And then pushing our top arm into our hand and looking up. Now if you find your hips are coming up a little higher, you could be right here with it and not even have the elbow down. Or you could go here. But if you can come nice and low, try that and do the twist. And come back center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Shoulders down and back. And then we're going to go the other direction. So take your time. We want to make sure the knees stay together. And then we want to give a nice push with our hands. Sinking the hips low, activating the muscles in the back and in the legs. Squeeze the glutes and lift the pelvic floor muscles. Sinking lower, breath is deeper. And coming all the way back up. That'll warm up our back for all the other things we're going to do. Excellent. So we're going to come down to our mat. I'm going to take the screen a little lower to make sure you can see that. We're going to come on all fours to start. Now, if you need a little extra padding for your knees, what you can do is just roll your mat. Just one little fold and kneel on it, like if you're on a wood floor like me, or you just want a little extra padding for the knees, you can go ahead and do that. Let's take our fingers and spread them wide and push strongly. And think of symmetry. Are your knees right underneath your hips and your hands right underneath the shoulders? And then we're going to tuck the tailbone and really focus on rounding up through the back, but mostly the lower back. And then we're going to inhale and lift. Exhale, starting with the tailbone. Think of really pushing up through the low back, not stretching as much through the upper back. So one more time, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck, and now let's hold this and really squeeze the glutes tight. So tight they're shaking a little bit. So squeeze, 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 squeeze those glutes. Squeeze them tighter, tighter, tighter. And release, coming to that neutral spine. Excellent. Now we're going to take that fold out of the mat, if you have it, and just come right on down to our bellies on the ground. So starting on our bellies, we're going to take our arms out in the front, keeping our toes down, tucking that tailbone under, and simply reach the arms out. And then we're going to pull them back like a goalpost. So I'll turn a little sideways so you can see. Chin stays in. Once you get this move, we're going to reach out, kind of like a V, and then pull back. You want to add a little more with that. Make a fist, like you're really pulling something back. Also, when we come back, are we pulling our belly buttons off our mats? So draw in with the belly. So inhale when we reach, exhale when we pull back. Let's try 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Squeeze those shoulders away from the ears 1 more time. You're doing great. Pull back and hold. Lift, pull the belly button in, lift a little higher, and release down. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So from here, we're going to push up. We're going to come into a plank position. So kneeling plank is great. We could be on our forearms, or we could be all the way up in that higher plank that we visited earlier. And we're just going to do some rolling planks coming side to side. So we're going to inhale towards the front of the room. We're going to exhale back center, and we're going to inhale towards the back of the room and come back center. So let me show it on the knees. It would look like this. Inhale, look up at your hand and smile. Exhale, come down. And I will quit cueing this because I want you to go with your own breath. On the forearms, it would look like this. Right, so we have lots of options. So just keep going with this. This builds a lot of core strength. It builds mobility through the spine and shoulders. So whichever way you want to go, you go. And hopefully you're nice and warm, reaching up. So think of the how, not just the what. So we're in a side plank. Are our hips lifted? Are we reaching up and back? Are we strong through our core? Stable. Every move gets 100%. Even relaxation, 100% relaxation. Let's try 1 more each way with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And releasing. Well done. We're going to come on our backs now. So come on down. We're going to roll back. We're going to place our hips on the ground, right underneath our shoulders, and our feet right underneath our hips. And then from here, we're going to lift up by tucking the tailbone under and curling up into a bridge pose. Now, our bridge doesn't have to be high. It can be, but it can be low. Check your feet, though. Are your feet symmetrical on your mat? So if you had a ruler or you set down a string, would both toes hit it in the same spot? So think about, again, that symmetry. Sometimes if we've had an injury, we might be a little not symmetrical. I know I've struggled with that, but we want to try to exercise in a way to promote that symmetry, which helps prevent injury. So if you like, you can clasp your hands under your hips. If that just is a little too much, handy dandy towel again. And you can bring that under and then roll your shoulders under and hold the towel. Again, just another chest opener for chest expansion. Lifting those hips up and lengthening through the tailbone. And then just some gentle presses. So we're going to lift the hips a little higher And then release down just an inch or two. Let's try that 5 more times. Lift the hips a little higher. Release down an inch or two. Keep lengthening through the tailbone. Lift the hips a little higher. Release down a little bit. Good. Lift. Reach, reach, reach. Draw the belly in, lift the pelvic floor, release down a little. Should be 2 more, yes? Lift, and if you're saying no, I can't hear you, so we're gonna do 2 more. And release. And last one, let's give it all we got. Lengthen through the tailbone. Lift high, relax the feet. Do you have another inch or 2 of height? Try pushing your shoulders down to the mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're gonna hold this one. 8, 7, 6, 5. Lengthen through the tailbone, push. 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Gently, and hug those knees into your chest, either on top of the shins or on top of the thighs, and just rock back and forth. Good work, good work, good work. And then we're gently gonna bring ourselves up, and we're gonna take it into a hip stretch. So we're gonna take the leg, the back leg furthest from me, and we're gonna sit it down. And we're gonna swing the other leg behind. We're gonna start out just in this 90-degree angle, 90 degrees in the front, 90 degrees on the back. Okay, and then just simply coming down and feeling the stretch in this leg's outer hip. That's where you want to feel it. Now, if you come down and you don't feel it at all, what you can do is take this leg back a little straighter and come up. So the hips are now square. Try not to let this foot tuck in too much. That's a lot of pressure on the knee joint. So keeping flexion, trying to pull it out at least a little ways, squaring off the hips. This is called pigeon pose. And then you can do the upright pigeon or the pigeon in the water. So coming on down. And if you want to come all the way down, come all the way down, wherever you want to be. This is an intense stretch. As long as it doesn't hurt your knee, just stick with it and breathe. If it's bothering your hip too much, then go to one of those other options. We'll hold it for about another 20 seconds. So keep breathing through it. See if you can wiggle your back leg back a little more. Keep trying to square that hip under. Still aware of our posture. And let's just fall over on that hip. Well done, well done. Taking those legs to the other side. So again, starting out in that 90-degree angle, that works. Up nice and tall, coming down, or progressing. So that leg could come back, maybe feel it a little deeper, or the leg could come all the way straight, and you can come all the way up. Keep that foot flexed to protect the ankle and the knee. And then when you're ready, come on down. Or if it's more comfortable for you to stay up, feel free to stay up or all the way down. So here's where we want to just focus on our breath. Focus on lengthening through the spine. So we're not collapsing and rounding down. We're drawing those shoulders back. You'll feel the stretch a little deeper probably when you do that. And just breathe. One more breath. And have a seat on that hip. Well done. Well done, well done. Alrighty. We're going to go to another hip stretch that I like. Have your towel handy. This is called cow face pose. It may or may not work for you and for your knees and hips today. But if you can, go ahead and take one leg on top. Let's take this leg on top. Like we're trying to stack our knees. If that doesn't work and your leg's here or it's in front, that's fine too. Take it wherever you can have it to maintain that nice, upright, strong posture. So wherever it works for you. And if you are coming here, feel free to use your hands to kind of align your knees. So this is the cow's nose and these are the cow's ears. Shoulders are down and back. And then we're going to take a hold of our towel. We've got this leg in front. We're going to bring this arm up and back, and then this hand can come around and grab the towel. And we get a nice little tricep stretch by pulling down. Now, if you don't need the towel and you can actually clasp your hands together, you can go ahead and do it that way. But holding that towel is great too. So can we lift up a little taller, hug those knees in a little tighter. And with our chins drawn in, do we have any forward mobility without collapsing? So every person is different. A lot of it is based on genetics. So be gentle with yourself today. Where can you go? Can you lengthen and strengthen through the back, keeping both sit bones down, keeping the neck in alignment and the core engaged. Very nice. Let's bring it up. Good work. And then before we release, let's just do a gentle twist. So we're going to take this arm over this leg and turn and look towards the back of the room. Shoulders down once again, so we're not hunching. If you're like me, we do that too much all day. And come back center. Hold on, let's switch the legs. So bring the other leg on top, and maybe it doesn't feel the same on one side. That's often the case. So again, wherever you need to be to keep both sit bones even, down on the ground, close to a knee stack or not, doesn't matter. Shoulders down and back. Nice deep breath, and then bring that arm up. If you like that towel, go ahead and grab that towel. You can hold it in the one hand, and then this arm comes under, and then you can give it a little pull. And if you don't want the towel, just drop it if you can reach your fingers together and do that as well. So just focus on those little micro adjustments. Are the knees pushing towards one another and down at the same time? Are the hip bones both down? Chest lifted, breathing. And then can we, keeping our backs and our necks in alignment, tip forward a little. If you feel your neck coming forward, just back off. Wherever you can go, maybe you'd like to just close your eyes and relax at this point. Let's try for 2 more breaths. And when you're done, gently coming up, and then that twist. So shoulders roll down. Take the necks with us to keep working on neck mobility. And then gently back to center. So we're going to move into one more hip stretch called Hindi squat. And for those of you that know Hindi squat, go ahead and go there. For those of you that will come with me in a second, try it. If it doesn't feel right to you, you can go to Happy Baby. I'll show the option first. So this is an option right here, Happy Baby. This is still stretching through the hips. You can grab the outside of the feet. You can grab the big toes or the inside of the feet. If you want to go to Hindi squat, we're going to come up. Our feet are going to be just a little wider than hip bone width. You could be right here in it, or you can sink a little lower in it. And the goal is to get very upright and both heels coming towards the ground. Now, I can't always get both heels down on the ground. I've been doing a lot of walking and my Achilles gets tight. So maybe you have that. One side down, one side up. That's okay. Just stick with it. pushing out, or that higher squat works well too. So just a couple more breaths. Just pushing out with the elbows, keeping the chest lifted. Excellent. Oh, that's good. All right, so we're gonna come on our backs, and we are gonna use the towel again, so keep it close. The first thing we're gonna do is a wide straddle stretch with the legs. So we're gonna take them out wide while we're on our backs, and we can push down on the calves or the inner thighs, or we can support and hold up. Or if you wanna take your peace fingers around your big toes and grab on and straighten those legs out, you can do it that way too. So a couple things to remember. We want to try to keep the tailbone on the ground, long and strong, and then just let those legs open. So just breathe. So the work is done, the rest is coming. And let's take it down, and with our towels, wrap it around our left arch and straighten the leg. Now we did, last class, we did some of the IT band stretching where we went across the body. We also did the out to the side, which is sort of like what we just did with both legs. So if one of those feels better to go either across or open, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just a straight up hamstring stretch is great. You can point the toes away if you need a little more stretch in the front of the shin. If you've been doing more walking, that might feel tight, or through the Achilles. Or you could alternate pointing and flexing. Give it a little pull in. Again, trying to keep the knee fairly straight. If we have too much bend, we don't stretch the hamstring, so that knee is fairly straight. And bring it down and switch sides so the other leg comes up. So give yourself some time. Again, you could take it across the body if you want to go into that little IT band stretch. Otherwise, straight up is great. If your hamstrings are pretty tight, keep the opposite leg bent. Or if you want a little deeper stretch, you can straighten it out. Just try to keep that knee straight, pointing or flexing or both. And just close your eyes here and breathe. Excellent. Very, very good. Come into your favorite relaxation pose. If you're new to yoga, I would recommend just laying on your mat with your hands out to the side. Your legs are straight. If you want to pull your mat over to a wall and swing your legs up the wall with your hips right against the wall, that works well. Otherwise, a seated pose is fine. We'll just be here a couple minutes. If you want to stay longer, you could just end the meeting and keep listening to your music and enjoy. Otherwise, just simply tune into your breath. Notice how your body's feeling. Just breathing in and breathing out. Let it go through the mouth or through the nose, whatever's comfortable for you. Let's particularly soften around our forehead and eyes. And then relaxing down through the jaw and the neck and into the shoulders. Let's relax our fingertips and the tips of our toes. And then allowing that relaxation to travel from our fingertips up to our shoulders, from our toes to our hips. Just breathing in and breathing out. So tune into your own body. Holding on to something, let it go. Just breathe it away. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's emotional. If it's anything you don't want, just breathe it out. Let it go. Say a prayer. Send it away. As we're all breathing in together, let's think about breathing in all the goodness, all that we have to be thankful for. And as we exhale, just letting go of everything else. Breathing in calm and peacefulness and joy and love and gratitude. Just let it fill your spirit and your soul, that free gift every day. If you're lying down and you want to bring yourself back up to a sitting position, go ahead and do that slowly and gently. As I said, if you want to just end the meeting and stay in that relaxation, feel free to do that as well. If you're in a seated position with me, let's try to roll and relax the shoulders away, maybe a little neck stretch. Let's take a deep breath all the way up. And exhale. So all those words that you thought about, love, joy, peace, contentment, whatever that is, thankfulness, gratitude, just breathe it together and bring it right to your heart. Some for you to keep, much to give away to the world around us that needs it. And thank you all so much for practicing today. Namaste, and God bless you, and happy Monday. And I will unmute you all and say thank you in person.